The Revolutionary War. In the beginning, there was the Battle of Lexington and Concord, which was fought on April 19, 1775. I guess you can really say that the Americans conquered their mission to defeat the British. It all started when the British Army was sent to confiscate colonial weapons. However, they soon find themselves running into angry militia, and this is where the war begins. Although it began to seem as though the British were winning, the Patriots soon turned that around and came home with a terrific victory. The British then fled, leaving the colonists with their win, however, fueling a fire that would soon be put out at the very end of the Revolutionary War. The Battle of Ticonderoga, fought May 10, 1775. I guess the British were really ticked off that they lost this war. My key people in this war are Ethan Allen, Benedict Arnold, and the Green Mountain Boys, and you'll see why I have red and blue for him in like 2 seconds. Ethan Allen, Benedict Arnold, and the Green Mountain Boys decided it would be a great idea to have a surprise attack in the middle of the night for the British and to capture some British men. They captured many British that night, thus leaving the Patriots with a fantastic victory. This war is also very important because it is known as the Americans' first real victory. The Battle of Bunker Hill, fought June 17, 1775. Okay, first I want to clarify that majority of the fighting was fought on Breed's Hill, not Bunker Hill. Bunker Hill was all the way over here, and yeah, it was fought over here. It was just fought in Breed's Hill. This battle was sadly lost by the Patriots. However, they went by a motto that was very important throughout the war. Don't fire until you see the whites of their eyes, considering the fact that they had very low ammunition. However, the British had them surrounded, coming in at all directions. Rather than beating themselves up about this war and being sad that they lost, they took it as a good thing, and they saw that they had a fighting chance. They just ran out of ammunition, so they could have really beat the British if they really had enough ammunition. Next, we have the Battle of Saratoga, and this is really important because the Patriots kept asking the French for help, but the French kept telling them that they really looked like they sucked. And the French needed to know that they had a fighting chance because they didn't want to waste all their army and all their ammo and all this money on the war, even though they did strongly hate the British. So here we go. The Battle of Saratoga, fought October 7th, 1777. As of course, the British came into the battle thinking that they were going to have a regular fight where they would win and the Patriots would lose. However, it didn't exactly go like that. The Patriots all showed up with about 20,000 troops that surrounded all of the British, including this little area right here. And about 4 days later, the British general had surrendered. This led the Patriots to another fantastic victory. However, this victory just seemed to be a little more. The Patriots' outstanding victory led them to go back to the French and tell them, hey, we won a war. And the French said, okay, we'll help you. And this final battle that included the French led them to finally end the Revolutionary War and had the Americans win and not the British. In the end, the Battle of Yorktown, fought September 28th, 1781. At this point, the British were wrecked, and they just fought at the Battle of, I think it was Guildford, and they were low on reinforcements and somehow managed to not get enough reinforcements at the Battle of Yorktown. Plus that, the Patriots had France. So just to kind of clarify, this is what happened. This is a diagram that I drew of the how they won the Battle of Yorktown, the French and the Americans, secondly the Americans. So here, what I have green here is the French. See, as you can see, they're here and here. And over here, what I have in the blue is the British, and this right here is water. But over here and here, I have the British. And these little red dots that are surrounded by all these green and blue ones, these are the British. So yeah, they pretty much had them surrounded, and they had nowhere else to go and except to get in the water. But I think they had boats all throughout here, so yeah, they pretty much had nowhere to go, and they were left to surrender. So in the end, the French helped the Patriots, and the Patriots won the Revolutionary War, thus leaving them with their freedom from Britain. The end. Two changes. Here are my two changes. Change one. First, I would change the Battle of Bunker Hill and put the Patriots into a war training right before the war. The reason as to this is because a lot of the Patriot men did not have enough training or enough experience with guns or muskets and cannons and all this other, things. Therefore, they didn't know exactly what to do and how to use it. Granted, they did have a good strategy of don't fire until you see the whites of their eyes. However, they didn't have the right training, as of course, to compare it to how much training the British had. And yeah. So I want to change for the Battle of Bunker Hill. This is my first change. I will also want to change I will also have the Patriots rob the British of their weaponry, and the night before the war, and after all the British had fallen asleep. Therefore, if one of them, due to their training, then they would have enough training in order to fight off any other British men that could come at them when they were trying to steal this weaponry, because they can't get enough bullets, because in the Battle of Bunker Hill they needed more bullets, and they can't have these bullets if they can't really have these bullets. Plus that the British already tried to rob them of their weaponry before. So considering the fact they didn't have enough bullets, I would have them rob the British. Alright, so as you can see here, I would have the Patriots go through a 20 to 30 day training camp, for the war, where they would do various activities like push-ups here, high knees, swimming, stuff like that, things that can help them throughout the war. Also here you can see that I would have the troops go through a series of musket training, so that way they can learn how to aim and fire from very close shots and very far away shots, however not too far away, considering the fact that the bullets couldn't really hit as far once they got to a certain range. Okay, and as you can see here, I have the layout for how we would rob the British. So basically, we would start when maybe one of them were sleeping. We would camp out near the British fort where they would stay and sleep and eat and keep their weaponry and everything. And what I would do is I would wait until maybe a guard fell asleep or whatever the case may be, until, he let off his guard. And then we would sneak in here. You see he's crawling, and they're, sneaking behind, and they're trying to get into here, the British fort. So after that, they would steal their ammo, their weapons, and put them in these bags. And then if the British were ever to invade their place, they couldn't find it, because they would have this little trap door, right? That's what that little tump thing right there is. It's like a trap door. And here you have like a step with carpet over it, and you would lift the step up, and you would have to pull that open and in order to get to the weaponry down here again. And as you can see, you have two Patriots standing here. So when you had the Battle of Bunker Hill or the Battle of Breed's Hill, whatever you choose, then they would have the up hand, because they have most, if not all, of their weaponry, of the British's weaponry. So yeah. Okay, so here for my second change, I'm gonna change the overall thing. So first I would bring George Washington into the war earlier because our first commander had chickened out and he was quote unquote a coward. A coward. Anyways, my second change would be that I would kill Benedict Arnold after he helps us win Ticonderoga. So yeah.